Welcome to Front Office Pros. Today, we're going to be going through a one quarterback, 12-team auction mock draft. But this time, if you've been following our recent episodes, we're going to be going through pick by pick. We're going to give you live reaction as to what we think about these picks.
Hike!
All right, so the first player up we've got is wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Right now, he's at $3. Now, based on auction values, based on what's in Sleeper, he's supposed to be going for 59. He's now up to 36. Joe, what do you think he's going to go 59? He's going to go more than that? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, based on what we have been seeing, we've been seeing people spend up for these top receivers. So I definitely think he's going to be somewhere in the 50s, I'd have to imagine. And just as I'm saying that, current bid is $51.
Yep, so now he's at 52. I've put a couple bids in. You have refrained from bids here. He's at 53. I just made him 53. Are you avoiding Tyreek Hill at this point?
I mean, yeah, right now, yes. I would. I wouldn't. I mean, Tyreek Hill, like, he kind of scares me a little bit, and partially that's because of Tua.
Oh, really? Why is Tua scary?
To me, because he does really well against weak defenses, but then once they play tougher defenses, Tua doesn't perform as well. And I know Hill and he's coming off of a really good year last year, and those guys tend to scare me.
Well, Tyreek Hill just went for 55. Now we're back. Now we're on to Amon-Ra. So he went less than what he was advertised at 59. Now he went for 55. Now we got Amon-Ra St.Brown up. He's supposed to go for 42. Joe, he's a guy you're interested in. You think you're going to go for him at all?
Yeah, we'll see on the price for sure. I mean, Amon-Ra is a guy that I like. I definitely could be going for him here.
So right now, we just passed the 40.
Bidding on him.
Well, I just feel like he deserves to be a certain level of player. I'm not necessarily all about him on like you are, but right now he stands at 42. I just made him 43. I feel like that's a reasonable price right now.
Yeah, this is definitely a reasonable price for him.
We're sticking at 45. Is a little bit above his value. It looks like, okay, now the same guy was going for Tyreek Hill, he's actually doubling up to get Tyreek and Amon-Ra, which is interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting strategy.
So now we're looking at Amon-Ra's at $48. It looks like we're $49.50.
50.
He just crossed the 50 mark. So we only got Tyreek Hill so far gone, and he went for 55. So the other guy is interested in him, but he's going to pass. Amon-Ra goes for 50 to the other team. Interesting.
How do you think about projected value?
Only a $5 difference at that point. Would you rather have had Amon-Ra or Tyreek Hill at that price?
Yeah, I think I might rather have Tyreek Hill at that point, at that price, for $5 more.
So now CeeDee Lamb is up. He was at $1, jumped all the way up to 54, and I just got CeeDee Lamb for $54. Wow. I can't believe that. That's a bargain of a price, I feel like.
Yeah, only $1. Yeah, $1 less than Tyreek Hill. I mean, I definitely think that is a good price for him.
Yeah, I don't know why people decided. This is where we're talking about early in drafts. A lot of times teams kind of, you get kind of nervous. They want to keep their money. Now we got Ja'Marr Chase up. He's at 46, 47. Joe, you like Chase. I'm surprised you've not made a bet on him yet.
Yeah, I do like Chase. I tend to like to see if the bidding slows down. But I mean, again, here though, we're getting to that point where I don't want to overpay for Chase because Lamb and Hill are off the board, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on.
Well, Chase is at 55, so he just passed CeeDee Lamb. And
right, right there, just that kind of throws me off of him based on where he's going.
But I mean, at the end of the day, though, if you want a premium player, you had to go for him. Now, Ja'Marr Chase went for 55, Tyreek Hill 55, CeeDee Lamb for 54.
Yeah, at this point, I'll be curious to see if I can't buy a value for Justin Jefferson.
Interesting. So you're going
and
to be going in on him.
still get a top receiver.
Well, he'll probably be one of the next guys up here. Now we got running back Bijan Robinson, first running back up on the market. He's up at $23. The price says he should go to 54. Do you think he's going to go around that mark, Joe?
I think he could. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes lower than that too, because we've seen on previous mocks that running backs, I feel like, haven't always gone up to their value. So
yeah, for some reason the wide receivers have been more of the commodity right now instead of vice versa.
Yeah, I think that's just because everyone is so hungry after receivers, and they're afraid of the running backs.
I mean, I don't blame them. We've just passed the 50 mark where I just put at 51, 52 now for Bijan. Now he's 53. I'm tough. It's tough for me right now. I'm going to put 54. I don't know if I'm going to go anymore. I am interested in him.
That's at his value.
It's right at his value. All right, you just went 55. I think I'm going to pass. I am interested in him, but I think 56. Okay, so we had somebody go. I thought he was going to go there. Why aren't you in on him here, Joe?
Bijan
just went for 56. Just went for 56.
Yeah, Bijan's just not really a guy I'm targeting. I'd prefer other running backs.
Like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall.
Well, Breece Hall's up, Joe, so you better put your money where your mouth is here.
Yeah, a lot of the, McCaffrey and Hall I'm definitely more interested in than Bijan, personally.
So Breece Hall's up. He started at $1. He's right up. He cranked right up to 38 now. Auction based on sleeper, and this is the tough part. Is I think a lot of people stick to what the auction price is, and I don't think that's necessarily fair, honestly. But he is projected to go for 58. He's at 44. Not a bid yet from you, Joe. Oh, there you go. There's your first bid. You just decided to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a late bidder. You come in a little bit later. Like you let it go for a while, and then you kind of sneak in there.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Yeah, I know you do. So he's already at $50. I think he's going to probably go over Bijan. Bijan went for 56. 53 now, 54.
Yeah, he's
55. Joe, are you out on the? Oh, Joe, you went for 56. Are you going any more, or are you stopping here? You just went for 57. What's your max right now?
Yeah, I don't. I don't really want to go higher.
Okay. So you're out. You're out at this point.
Yeah, because I think he's good, but it's for him to go over Bijan at this point. I do think I do like him better than Bijan, but it's a couple of dollar difference. I don't know.
So we just had Breece Hall. He went for $58. So just $2 more for Bijan Robinson. Now we're at just Justin Jefferson. He's at $42. You thought that you could possibly get him for a value. He's already creeping up to 45, coming to 50 very quickly.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is getting out of control. He's already at 51.
Yeah.
So he's now at 52. He's essentially almost past CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
he just is at CeeDee Lamb. So now you're paying in just. So this is what we're talking about, or at least what I'm talking about is, you had CeeDee, it was a good value. And now people are like, well, Justin Jefferson's last guy at the tier. Now I spend up for the guy. He just goes for 54.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Travis Kelce, the first tight end nominated. He is supposed to be going for $29. It seems a little rich. You think he goes for that much?
Probably. I'd have to say no. That definitely seems rich, but maybe I'll be surprised.
So Kelce's at 16 now. Bids are kind of slowing down. Looks like, he just went. Yeah, he just went for 16.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Or 15. That's actually very low. That it makes me feel like the tight end market, they'll be interested to see what happens. But if Kelce just went for 15 and he's basically the top tight end, my thinking is a tight end market. When I'm in the draft, I'm thinking that tight ends are going to all go down. Now I have to think of myself, take about $5-10 off what I think is going to happen.
Right.
Now you were distracted because Jonathan Taylor is up. You're right in the midst of the bidding here. He's at 35 right now. It's decent value. Basically $20 away difference between Breece Hall and Bijan Robinson. You're in on this. What's your max here?
Yeah, I think probably I definitely wouldn't want to pay like I think right around 50 it would be my max.
50 would be the max?
Yeah, because I mean I'm interested in Jonathan Taylor, and I think he's got a good chance of being like falling back to one of the top running backs. But if it's approaching like, $5 cheaper than like Bijan, I don't know at that point.
We're at 45 right now. You're looking at about $10. You're at 40. You're right on that cusp of $10 cheaper than Bijan.
That's where I'd like it to be. Like if I can get him here for $45,
you just got him. You just got him.
Yeah.
So that's what you were hoping for right there.
Yeah.
You save $10. You don't think there's much of a difference in him and Bijan at this point.
Yep.
All right, so now we're on A.J. Brown, guy you like a lot. He's going fast now. He's already at $41. I have concerns that a lot of the top receivers now are going to get into this higher amount. His projected value is 38. He's already went way over the top. He's at 47 already.
Yeah.
If this tells you anything, I think there is inherent value to getting one of the top receivers unless they go into the 60s, 70s, something like a crazy number. Because now you're already at A.J. Brown at $51. So
yeah,
I mean, he's going to pass Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's right at, he's at $52 now. So you got Justin Jefferson at 53, now A.J. Brown at 53, $54. He's now going for 55. He surpassed CeeDee Lamb at this point.
Right. Yeah, and he's just tying Ja'Marr Chase and Tyreek Hill. I mean, now he just passed. He's now the highest paid receiver.
Yeah, at $57. So I mean,
these
guys are feeling
57 would win him
57. Right, so we've heard 56. So I mean, these guys felt desperate that the owner. I mean, the people who were bidding on him felt like I needed this guy. So now he's at the bottom of the tier. People are paying. Are you enjoying this episode so far? Well, if you are, subscribe to our YouTube channel, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. We do videos throughout the year, so you're not going to want to miss what we have in store. All right, so now Jahmyr Gibbs is up. So not Christian McCaffrey. He's the second next guy. So he's already at $40, 41, 42. He's going to pass. I think he's going to pass Taylor. Taylor was at 45. We're already at 44.
Yep. Now he's at 45. So
are you interested in Gibbs at this point? He's going a lot. He's going to be going towards the 50 mark here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do like Gibbs, but I feel like I like my price for Jonathan Taylor better. That was kind of why I nominated Jonathan Taylor when I did, because I thought I could get him potentially at a value because Christian McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs are still on the board, and I don't know if other people are as high, like are as interested in Taylor as me versus these other guys.
Yeah, and Gibbs just went for 53.
Yeah.
So,
which is interesting because that now is Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs for over $50 on that team.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting roster build with only a max of $75 remaining. Christian McCaffrey now, he's at 60. I think that he's a guy. I think he will go for the highest amount in your drafts. Absolutely. He's a guy that you're not, I don't think, going to get a bargain for. You saw I was able to get a bargain for CeeDee Lamb at 54. You saw Chase was at 55. Some of the receivers pushed him up. He just went for $70. I just don't think that you're going to be able to get him for a discount. People are going to spend up for this guy.
Yeah, completely agree with you. I mean, in no draft that we've done so far is, he getting taken a discount. And nor should he. I mean, far and away, was the RB1, so.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He was, he was, I mean, I'm just saying that he's a guy you just got to go, if you're in an auction draft and you're preparing, just similar to a snake draft, if you're going to have the 101, you're going to pick McCaffrey. Just
Right.
know you're going to have to spend the most amount of money for McCaffrey. I don't know how much it will be. Here we go again. Garrett Wilson is up. Garrett Wilson is at $54, the same amount as CeeDee Lamb. That $55. He's now surpassed 56. He's surpassed Lamb, Chase, Tyreek Hill. He's at $57. He's now the most expensive receiver. $58.
Yeah. This is insane.
But this is what's happening is these guys didn't get in early on, and now they're like, I gotta have him. He just goes for $58.
Yeah. See, and this is what not to do during your draft. I feel like.
Well, at this point, though, like if you're going for a blue chip player, though, Joe, like who are you going for at this point? Like if you're like, I got all this money, I don't want to not go with somebody. Like at this point, you're kind of stuck. Like you're kind of forced. Like who else are you going for? I mean, you've got Puka left. You got Saquon, who is currently up right now. He's at 47. I just bid 47. You've got Kyren Williams, Marvin Harrison, Davante Adams, Drake London. I mean, there's not many blue chip players left. I think people just feel like they've got to go for them at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, you can just get value.
By the way, real quick, I had Barkley at 49. I kind of was scared about taking him. I was like, oh man, I kind of hope somebody overbids me. I'm done. I think he's going for too much at 52 now.
Yeah, I mean, I do like Barkley, but yeah, I'd prefer to not have to go above 50 for him here because I mean, we're approaching your Bijan Robinson price. Who most people
Barkley
would put
for 53 right there.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Back to what we're talking about. I mean, if you have all this money, there's not a lot of blue chip players left. So I feel like people are kind of forced. Drake London's up now. I wouldn't be surprised. Drake London is supposed to go for $26. I could easily see him going for high 30s, even maybe $40 the way this draft's been going.
Yeah, I know. With the way it's been going, I wouldn't be shocked either. I mean, I won't be doing that.
He's at 27 right now. He actually goes for 27. That's interesting to me. I was not expecting that. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think so. I think some of these guys that like have burned people, I think they're afraid to get them. So I think those are guys you're going to see go for values. And London's been one of those guys, highly hyped, just hasn't delivered. But he also hasn't had a quarterback.
So now Puka's up. Puka's at 36. I think he's going to go over the 40 threshold.
Yeah, I mean, Puka's another guy. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he goes, heads towards the 50s as well.
I'm a little surprised you're not in on him right now. He's low 40s right now. You don't have a receiver. I know you like Puka. Why aren't you going in on him right now?
Well, I like he's, how I like to see the bidding go down a little bit and then hop in later.
So you're going to snipe in here.
Yeah, I like to snipe in.
He's at 44. He's going fast. There it is. The sniper has sniped. He's at 45. I think you're going to get him. No, 46.
Yeah, I don't know if I want him that bad, though, honestly.
If you do one more, I think you got him, though.
For 47?
Yeah, you missed out.
Yeah.
46. Yep. There he goes.
See, I like Puka this year, but I feel like I'm not trying to overpay for him either.
Well, he's injured right now too. That kind of concerns me. Travis Etienne's up now. His projected value is 39. He's already at 30. He's a guy I'm not really that interested in. I anticipate Tank Bigsby to be more involved. There's some decent hype around him being more involved this year. I don't know. I just don't anticipate. I don't know. Do you expect him to repeat last year? He's already at $40. I think that's a bad buy.
Oh, I don't think it's a bad buy.
Interesting.
I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why Etienne can't repeat.
See, I'd rather have guys like Henry, Jacobs, and Pacheco who are a little bit lower.
That's fair. They just don't. Those guys don't possess the ceiling that Etienne does with, his big playability and that speed. Also, Josh Jacobs doesn't really catch the ball like Etienne does as well.
So now we're at Josh Allen. Josh Allen is at $36, which is his projected value. Sometimes leagues kind of stick to that value. Now we just went 37.
When are you going to hop in here, Steve?
Well, I think there's a team called Buffalo Bills, so I feel like Buffalo Bills are gonna want Josh Allen. I mean, it's screaming, I want the Bills player. He's at $39, 41. Now he's at so Buffalo Bills now has him at $41. I think he's gonna get him here at 41, which is a little bit of an overpayment. No, 42.
Oh, wow.
I just think in a one quarterback league, is it really that valuable to have Allen at this point for this price? I just think it's too much.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if it was a super flex league, that's one thing. But for these one quarterback leagues, I would prefer not to be paying this high of a price for a QB.
Yeah, right now you're looking at he's at $47 right now. Buffalo Bills and another guy are going back and forth on him. I think it's going to stop here at 47. I like Josh Allen a lot. That's just too rich.
Yeah.
I'm going to nominate Kyren Williams here. So I'm interested to see what happens here. He's a guy that I feel like people are a little I don't feel people. They say his auction price is 43. My guess is he's actually going to go a little under. I think people are, for whatever reason, a little bit nervous about him due to the Blake Corum piece. I'm wrong. He's already at 43.
Yeah, right at his value.
Or is it going to be right on the button? Yep, right on the button. There you go.
Yeah, right at his value.
Yeah, that was quick. I mean, it's only a couple bids, escalated pretty quickly. Why weren't you in on Kyren there?
I've already got Jonathan Taylor. Kyren just one of those guys, like he had a really good year last year. I just am concerned with like his injury history, and the fact that Corum's there also scares me.
So now we got Marvin Harrison Jr. You and I are kind of bidding back and forth at this point. He's at $25. His value is 18, so he's going way over. Not way over. He's going over. He's at 26 at this point, 27 now. This is a lot. I mean, I do like Marvin Harrison, but this is quite a bit for him. He just went for 27.
Yeah.
What made you not keep going for him? I mean, I considered it myself. What made you stop? And you're nominating Achane here, but go ahead first.
Yeah, nominated Achane. For Harrison, he is still a rookie. We haven't yet seen it, so I don't know how much. Like 18 seems low for him, and I think we'll see his value rise over time. But like you said, I mean, once you're approaching $30 there, I'm not sure.
So Achane's now at $39. Again, goes right on the button. His projected value is 39. Maybe this is where we're at with the draft. People are just sticking to those values. I do find that interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad price for Achane. With his he's definitely that ceiling player.
Davante Adams now up. He's already at his price of 25. He's now past that at 26. It's an interesting situation. Looks like he's going to go for 26. He did, yeah. With not knowing what's Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, it kind of concerns me.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I know he had a good year last year, even with like the quarterback troubles, but that offense kind of scares me. That's why I'm really not in on Davante.
Chris Olave's up. I know you're a fan of his, Joe. Projected auction price of 25. He just went to 25. Are you going to be in on this, or are you thinking about passing? Right now, you have no receiver. You just have Jonathan Taylor.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
Sniper going to snipe. Sniper going to snipe.
Yeah.
What's your ceiling on this? I'm not going for him.
Yeah. I really wouldn't want to pay more than $30 for him. But
okay, so you're going to probably go here at 29, and hopefully that does it. No, you don't. Oh, nope, you did. I thought you didn't make it. You got in at the buzzer. That's your sniping.
It's interesting. You're like a couple of seconds ahead of me.
You got him. There you go. 29. So you got him right under the $30 price that you wanted.
Yeah, I do think that is potentially a little bit over, but I mean, for what other wide receivers have been going for, and he's got the upside.
Now, when it comes to Olave, though, are you not concerned about Derek Carr? Him and Derek Carr were not really on the same page last year.
They weren't, but I think that was also I think they can get their chemistry down. He was still heavily targeted into that Saints offense, and it's it's like, where else is he really going? So I mean, you're really hot in after Derrick Henry here. That's
Derrick Henry,
and over his price at $36.
And I got him. I got him at $40. I mean, I like Henry this year. I think he's going to have a really good volume. At this point, I feel like there's a pretty significant drop off of the running back position after Jacobs and Pacheco. So I'm trying to get ahead of it a little bit and trying to go for him now. But I just think he's going to get too much volume. So to me, I like, he's older. It's an injury risk, but that was my thoughts there.
Yeah, I mean, he went to the Ravens, though. I mean, that's an absolute perfect team.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, you've got McCaffrey at 70. Etienne went for 40. Henry went for 40. Kyren Williams, 43. We just saw Brandon Aiyuk. He's on the clock. He's at 24. He's a subject to trade rumors. Is that possibly why his price is a little bit lower?
Well, his projected price is 19. So I mean,
wow. So he actually went a little higher then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, you're looking at Henry in line with Travis Etienne. And then, I mean, you only spent $5 more for Taylor. At that point, I think I would have rather had Taylor. So I think you might have made out there on this one. Now we've got Pacheco up, and like my concern, Pacheco's already at 43.
Yeah. See, I like Pacheco, but I don't want him at this price.
Yeah, I mean, right now you've got a steal for Jonathan Taylor at 45.
Which, I mean, that's why I specifically nominated Jonathan Taylor when I did, to try to get him at a price I had liked.
Well, it's just interesting because I think you and I right now have the best values in the draft. Me with Lamb at 54 and you with Taylor at 45. Now, this is interesting. Mark Andrews is up right now. He's already at $23. Travis Kelce was at 15. I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah, I think people are just concerned with Kelce and his age, but like Andrews was the one that was hurt all last year.
Just got off injured. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I that's questionable.
Josh Jacobs up now, projected value at $36. The way it's been going, do you think I think you and I both kind of like him. Do you think he's going to be around that same amount here, or what do you think?
I think people are kind of down on Jacobs, so I feel like he could go around his value.
Well, he just went. He's now at 36.
Right at the value.
Right on the button, and he's going to go. Now we got Sam LaPorta up. LaPorta went for 15. Kelce went for 15. Andrews went for 23. I'm thinking LaPorta's got to go for at least. Wow, he's already at 29.
Yeah, that was a quick jump there.
Well, and this is a power bid. I don't typically do this. I don't think you do either. He was at 15. The owner decided to jump. I think he jumped the shark. He went to 29. Why bid? I mean, yes, you kind of shocked the room and you got him, but why not bid a dollar? You know, why you might have been able to get him for 23? Why do it at 29 and lose those $6? I just don't understand why you would do that.
Well, I guess if you're comfortable with a certain price, just why not just go ahead and bid it? You're right. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I guess like if he's comfortable having him for 29, then he's got him and he didn't have to go with the back and forth. So.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that. I just feel like you might be losing some dollars on the table. That's my concern.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley just went. He went for
19 or 18.
18. It was a decent price. You were in on him.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I would have thought would go cheaper because Tennessee, but maybe Tennessee's getting more hyped now, so I was kind of surprised.
I wonder. You know what I wonder what it is it was Hopkins and Ridley were right around the $10 mark, and now that Hopkins is hurt, I think it's propelled Ridley up. Now you're at Mike Evans here at 23, Joe. I'm a little surprised because you and I both expect a little bit of a kind of a step back for the Bucs.
Yeah, I still think Mike Evans is going to get his 1,000 yards, though.
He just went for 24. So you opted, maybe I spooked you when I said it, but you opted to
No,
steer
I was
clear.
really just kind of open to win him a couple of dollars above his value.
So now we're at Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is at 17. He's already at his mark. What were you going to say, Joe?
I was just going to say, like, even though I am expecting, I think Evans will probably get his 1,000 yards again, but I do expect, overall regression in the offense. So I wasn't trying to go crazy for Evans either.
So Diggs is at 19 right now. I think he's going to stop right here.
Yep.
What do you think about Diggs at 19?
I think that's a fair price for him. I honestly thought just with the hype, he might go for more.
The hype I've been giving him?
Well, just the hype of the Texans offense, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
well, we haven't seen Nico or Tank Delgo yet. So,
right. See, but maybe that's the advantage. Like, if you do want Diggs, maybe nominate him ahead of those guys, because then people that want like Nico and Tank might not go for Diggs because they're waiting for them.
Well, right now I'm really liking the one team. They got Bijan and Saquon at their running backs, Marvin Harrison and Diggs as receivers, and Kelce as tight end, a max of 19. I mean, that's a really solid core.
Yeah.
Jaylen Waddle's up. He's at $30 already. I have no interest in this.
No, yeah. I nominated him. I thought I might be able to get a value, but that's clearly not the case.
No, he was supposed to go for 19.
Yeah.
He ended up going for 31. Interesting strategy. One team basically got both Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. That's very interesting.
That is interesting, yeah.
Now we got Nico Collins up. He's supposed to be going for 21 projected. Former Michigan man, Joe. Now he's at 21. You are in on this at $22.
Yeah.
What's your ceiling on this one for Nico?
I like him. I'm not gonna go crazy for him because if I miss out on him, I feel like I could get tanked though. Like, I don't know if I'll go 26 for him.
And you didn't, and he just went for 25.
I'd rather at that point, I might just hold out for Tank Dell and maybe get him for a value. Because I would like to have a piece of the Texans offense personally.
Rachaad White is now up. Projected value 37. I think that's way too high in general. We'll see if he goes there. I think it should go for less. He's already at 27.
Well, his projected value is 37, yeah, so we'll see.
Yep, and there it is. He's already at 37. I just think that's too rich. He's at 38 now. I think this is where teams don't have a running back and they feel desperate. Much rather have Derrick Henry at 40 than paying 38 for Rachaad White.
Correct, yeah.
Or 45 for Taylor. I mean, that's still the steal of the draft right now. But very interesting. I mean, I have a max bid of 92. You have a max bid of 112. Of the teams here, we're kind of more on the lighter side. We only got 2 players on our team right now.
Yeah, yep. That's okay. I mean, I think, there's going to be some decent values and stuff, and we should be able to.
Lamar Jackson just went second quarterback. He went for $24. I think that's still too rich. I think at this point, I'd rather target Jaden Daniels for less, like $5 or less at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Deebo's up. Deebo's at 20. You and I are kind of bidding back and forth for Deebo. He's at 21 right now.
Yep.
He's not a guy I typically like. He's
yeah,
at
I know. I'm interested in your in on him here.
Well, I just think I believe Aiyuk will get traded, and if that's the case, I think Deebo could be used. He's like the offense. Ooh, did I get it in? Nope, I didn't get it in. I tried to see. That's why you don't wait. I tried to go 25 and just couldn't get it. 20. He went for 24.
I was trying to do a similar thing to you as well.
What's that?
Didn't get the 25 bid in time either.
Oh, really? So you tried to go 25 and it didn't go either.
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should go 25, and then, like you said, got caught waiting too long.
So Michael Pittman now. Michael Pittman's at $17. A little over asking. He goes for 17. I think you can get Michael Pittman on the cheaper side. I don't think he's a guy that I'm seeing go much higher than what he says he is. Now
Yeah.
you've got guys like Malik Neighbors, Cooper Kupp will be interesting what he goes for. He's up now. Cooper Kupp says 23. I've had to pay more than that in the past. He's already up at $23 right now.
Yeah.
Do you buy the story that they say that the offense looks like it's running through Cooper Kupp? I think that's a complete fluff piece.
I agree with you. No, I mean it very well could, but like I don't know if that necessarily matters. You got to be careful with these headlines and training camp and everything with what people are saying.
He goes for $24 there. We saw what Puka Nacua did, and we saw what he did in the playoffs. I understand that Cooper Kupp was hurt, but I'm just not buying it. I think Puka did get hurt, and depending on the severity of the injury, we don't know. That could be costly.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, I don't think it's anything serious, and believe he should still be able to potentially make it for week 1. So
Jalen Hurts looks like he's going to be going for $31, which is his projected price, which just kind of surprises me. Do you think we're like the late quarterback thing? Is that kind of going away? It almost seems like people feel like they need a top quarterback these days.
Yeah, it definitely does feel that way.
I just think that's too much money. Now we're on Malik Neighbors. You and I are going back and forth on him. He's at $23. You're at 25. I'm stopping here at 26, Joe. You wouldn't get you wouldn't be able to know this if we were actually doing a draft, but I'm stopping here. I can't spend more than Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. went for 27. Although I think Neighbors could be good, I'm not spending the same amount. I'm going to let him go.
Me neither, yeah.
And there he goes. But that's where it's like at 27, that's just too much. Neighbors is getting way too much hype. If you want Neighbors, I'd recommend nominating him early. Because if you wait late and he goes right around the time where he's supposed to get nominated, good luck. He's going to go for a lot more.
I agree.
I mean, every day I open up X, I think it's a new highlight of Malik Neighbors.
It definitely does seem that way at this point.
Wow, Joe, you just got Alvin Kamara for $30.
I'll take it. I like it.
Really? What made you decide to go for him?
Kamara is one of those guys that I'm always keep an eye on his value, and especially he's the only running back there, and they're still I mean Jamal Williams and the other guys hurt again, and they're frustrated there. So I like Kamara.
I just think it's interesting though that you have Kamara and Olave. That's a little too much Saints exposure, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is. But I think if you're going to be exposed with the Saints, those are the two guys you'd want to have.
Sure, I get that, but that's just a lot. Now, Mahomes is up right now. I've got him. He's at 17. I nominated him on purpose because
so you're
right
not
now.
Waiting around?
Well, no, Allen went for 42. Hurts went for 47. Hurts went for 31. Lamar went for 24. So if these people are spending up money, let me clear out the deck a little bit. He goes for 20. That's very surprising to me. He goes below Jackson and Hurts. I don't know. That seems kind of wild to me. Now we got Joe Burrow up.
Yeah, I think that's because he doesn't have the rushing upside. Everybody is so hot after the rushing upside at quarterbacks, and those are the ones that you see going for a ton of money.
So you would expect Anthony Richardson is going to go nuts.
I would expect Anthony Richardson right up there, between like a Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson.
So you think he's going in the 30s, 40s? Right now, you've got Joe Burrow at $10. You jumped it up a little bit. You went from 7 to 10. I know you like Burrow.
Yeah, but once again, like I'm bidding on him. But if
you don't actually want him, you're saying, hey, this is good value, but you're not going to let someone get a good bargain for him. So you're going to go up as much until you feel like, okay, it's okay to let him go at this point.
Yeah, like I just don't believe in paying up for quarterbacks, but
he just went for 13.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: if you didn't drive that price, though, I think owner would have gotten him maybe for $7.
Yeah, so I'm putting up Anthony Richardson, and we'll see what happens here. Because I'm not an Anthony Richardson guy. I won't be in on it.
I do like him. I would say I don't really want to spend more than 25 on him.
Oh, so you're willing to spend up for him?
I just look at the other quarterbacks that are there, and I think it's somewhat of a drop off. So I think there's value in grabbing him. We're at $17. I have him, but I may pivot.
Okay. Well, we're still under your $25 max.
Yeah, now we're at 21. I'm going back and forth with a couple people, but it seems like things are slowing down.
Yeah.
And I got him.
Got him for 21. Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that price.
Yeah, honestly, him
more,
going,
but it's an upside play. He's only $1 more than Mahomes. I'll take the upside.
Yeah, honestly, like, once again, like I said, Burrow doesn't have that rushing upside, so you can get him for $13. So.
All right, so DJ Moore is up now. Supposed to go for 17. I've got him at 18 right now. $20. You go up to $20 for DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore. I don't know why more people aren't talking about him more, honestly.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. I put him at 21. If you don't go 22, I think I have him.
Yeah, I'm not going to go 22, but I do like DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think he could be, the guy in Chicago. I mean, I think Keenan Allen, he's getting up there in age. I think he might get injured at some point during the year. Then Rome Odunze will take over. I'm happy about this with, again, DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think he should be.
Although the only thing I could say is there's some decent players still on the board. That's why wide receiver is somewhat deep. I mean, you've got DK out there, Devonta's out there, Tank Dell, George Pickens, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin. There's a lot of value out there.
There is, and and that's why, like, I would love to have one of those top receivers, but I'm not gonna like panic if I don't get one of them.
DK Metcalf right now is at 20. I have him at 20. Oh, you got him at 21. I wasn't necessarily going for him, but I couldn't believe he's there. We missed Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon went for 27. I think that was a decent value at 27.
Yeah, that was right where he was projected.
And DK Metcalf just went for $22.
Yeah.
That's good value right there. I mean, honestly, you can make a considerable argument that you'd be better off just paying around $20 each and getting someone like DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, and a guy like George Pickens or T. Higgins or something like that. If you walk away with those three guys at $20 a piece, that's pretty good. James Cook just went for 27. That he went by really fast. There's only a couple bids. That was surprising there.
Yeah, that was surprising, but I think that's a good value for Cook. I mean, that's rated as projected value, so.
I'm surprised you didn't want him. Would you rather have Kamara at 30, knowing that you could have had Cook at 27? Wow, hold on. CJ Stroud just went for 11. These pictures are starting to come off quick.
Yeah, they really are.
Go ahead, respond with Kamara, Cook, and then we'll talk with Stroud.
Yeah, honestly, had I known Cook was going to go for 27, I'd probably rather have Cook for 27 just because he's younger. But I do like. I'm still fine with having Kamara even for $3 more.
Stroud goes for 11. I can't believe that. He's been. It's really interesting. We've been doing a couple of mocks. He's been going way less than what I've expected.
Yeah. Well, we had seen him go for a lot early. That's like I saw his name, and I guess from the other mocks, I was used to just letting him go, but probably should have been in on that. You know how much I like Stroud.
Yeah, I don't know why you weren't. Connor just went for 23. That seemed pretty rich. Now we got Kenneth Walker. His projected value is 24. I would expect that Walker should go above James Conner.
Yeah, well, see, I don't know. I feel like people might not value Kenneth Walker, but he's at 24. They're putting it right on his projected value, so.
And they got him right on the button. Now Trey McBride is up. This will be interesting. Again, Travis Kelce went for 15. LaPorta went for 29. Andrews went for 23. So how much is he going to go for, Joe?
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
He's at 7 right now.
13. No, he's at 12. 13.
And now he's 13.
Now he's at 13.
Projected value is $22. He might get there.
Yeah, it's just tough, man, because of what? Kelce went
22.
for 15.
There you go. He's at 22.
Yeah.
I just can't believe at this point that's a screaming value with Kelce at 15.
Oh, yeah.
$22 for I mean, I just would have thought the tight ends would have won less because Kelce went so low. I mean, this is very surprising, but that might be a guy to nominate early in your drafts. I mean, maybe people are concerned about his how old he is.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, yeah. I mean, if you can walk away from getting him in the teens, I mean, I typically don't spend up for tight ends, but to get the tight end for $15.
All right, Aaron Jones just went for 26. I'm gonna nominate. Oh no! Oh, okay, good. I got him. Nominate Tank Dell here. That's the guy you want, Joe. Let's see if you end up going for him here. He's at 16 already. Projected value is 15, so he's already overvalued.
Yep.
And you decided to go for him. You're at 17.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a couple of dollars higher, but
and you got him.
Yeah, him for 17. I'm fine with that. Like I said, I want a piece of this Texans offense, and I really like his upside. So
this is interesting. Keon Coleman was nominated. That's the interesting part of an auction draft. You can really nominate anybody at any time. He's at a projected value of $1. I just bid 3. Now he's at 5, 6. This is the thing. Training camp videos, he's been getting a lot of buzz. I think this guy's going to go for more than people expect. He's already at $6. I think he's going to go for 6. He goes for 6.
Yeah, that's not bad value for him, though, especially with everything going on.
No, not at all. Now we got Zay Flowers. Looks like, did you nominate Zay Flowers?
Yeah, I did nominate him. Yep.
He's not a guy I like to target. He's $13. He looks like he's going to go right on the button, and he does.
Yeah, he's not really a guy I'm targeting either.
I think I'd rather have Henry in part of that. Now we're at Najee. I like Najee. It'll be interesting to see how much he goes for. I believe we have a few Steelers fans in the room, so they're gonna like Jalen Warren. I want Najee as my second running back here. There's really if I don't get him, I'm pivoting probably to Ramondre. You're already set for your running backs. Najee's at 17. Now he's at 20. This is going for more than I would than I've had to spend for him in the past.
Yeah, I still don't think if you get him here at 21, that's a pretty good value.
And I got him for 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, I mean, I like my team. I've got Richardson, I've got Henry, I got Harris, I got Lamb, I got Moore. I still need a tight end, 2 flexes left, but not bad right now.
Yeah, that's not bad.
David Montgomery is already at $19. That's wild to me. I would much rather have Najee Harris at 21 than Montgomery at 19, right?
100%. Yeah. I mean, I just don't. I'm not really in on Montgomery like other people are.
Now we're at DeAndre Swift. Projected value of $20. He's not a guy that I've been very interested in. He's a guy I pretty much am just a complete pass on. There's a couple running backs in that room with Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. He's now at the $20 mark. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, he's not a guy I'm targeting, and I'm pretty out on him. Just like you said, I mean, there's 3 backs there. I really have no idea how they're going to use them. So, at the very least, like I don't know how much. If there's one guy that fall out, I think it's Roschon Johnson. But I still think Herbert and Swift are going to be competing for kind of that RB1 role.
So Ramondre's up now. He's a guy I would have pivoted if it wasn't for Najee. I would like him as an additional running back. I only have 2. You only have 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a guy I'd like to have as a flex play or possible backup running back in case Najee or Henry go down, but I think he's going to go for too much. with only $32 as my max, I got to be careful.
Yeah.
I don't really want to spend more than $15. He's already at 18.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he goes for 18. Why didn't you go for Ramondre there?
It's just that Patriots offense scares me. I really don't expect that much from him.
So he's
but
an avoid for you then.
Yeah, I like Ramondre, and then also, coming up, he got injured last year too. So
now Devonta Smith is up. He's at $17, and then he's there right on the button for value. What do you think about Devonta? He's kind of it looks like he's going to go for 17, and he does. What are your thoughts on him in general? You paid 17 for Tank Dell, basically the same price.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really been that high on Devonta Smith, but then he's been a good player. So
he's kind of streaky.
Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, I would just kind of rather have, if I was drafting wide receivers on the Eagles, I'd just rather have AJ Brown.
Keenan Allen's up now. Keenan Allen's at $14, projected value of 13, and he goes. I don't have much interest in Keenan Allen at all, to be honest with you. I'd much rather pay a few dollars and get an upside guy like Tank Dell like you have.
Yeah, and that's kind of, once we get to the flex situations and things kind of where we're sitting at here, ceiling and upside guys are kind of what we're looking for.
Now, Amari Cooper was up. I was interested. He was at $7. All of a sudden, you had a power jump, or whatever you want to call it. Goes to 16. Now he's 17. Goes right on the button. I was interested in him, but they jumped the shark and they moved it all the way up. Some people don't like to mess around.
Yeah, no, some people don't like to mess around. And, when we've seen guys jump up to their value, it's tended to work out tonight. So
here we go again. Christian Kirk, I was at $9, jumped up to 15. You actually went 16. I'm a little surprised. Was that just you were clicking the button too quickly, or you actually wanted him at 16?
No, I was looking to get him at his value. I mean, everyone else has been doing that, so I tried to do that.
Yeah, and he just went for 17. There's some still interesting receivers
I like
on
Christian
the board,
Kirk.
Here's an interesting player.
That's why I wasn't going to go hog wild for him.
Javonte Williams, very interesting player for the Broncos. I know you and I are kind of higher on him than most.
Yeah.
His projected value is 15. I was almost going to get him for $4. It might just be between you and me, whoever wants him more at this point.
I wasn't going to let you get him for $4.
Well, he's at 7 now.
Yeah.
I'm at 8. I think you and I are the only ones bidding on this guy.
Unreal. Yeah, we are.
I'm going to let you have him at 10, and it's a great deal for you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's going to show. If you wasn't in on him, I probably could have gotten him for $4. I just think that his value has been so suppressed due to what's going on.
See, that's what I'm looking for, guys that have disappointed and I think are going to rebound and trying to get those values because people just seem to be out on them.
Oh, Kincaid's up. I'm at $6 for Kincaid.
I think you're going to get him. Oh.
I almost got him. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to be in on him at this point at $8. We're at $10. I really wasn't targeting Kincaid, but I just can't believe the value at this point. No, I really wasn't. I think there's some interesting tight ends that I'm targeting in the back, that I like here, but I can't believe for $12. I mean, he's a $15 above player all day long. Now we're getting to that point. I'm going to go one more. That's it. I'm done. I'm at 14. If he goes one more, that's fine. I wasn't intending on going for him. I think I'm going to get him here. Sometimes it takes one more dollar, and it did. There you go. I get Kincaid at 14.
But just goes to show you, man, Kelce's still $15, and you.
Oh, I know. That's just outrageous, honestly. The value for that is incredible.
Yeah.
Now we're at George Pickens. He's a hot commodity. I see him probably going for a decent amount.
Yeah, bidding's kind of been slow so far, which I was kind of surprised. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of bidding in on him right now. There's some decent receivers still out on the board, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really slowing down.
Well,
I kind of hope somebody goes at 13. All right, I'm done. I'm not going for him. I don't know. I like Pickens, but if I have Najee, I don't know if I really want Pickens and Najee. I don't think that's going to be that high powered of an offense, to be honest with you.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna see how much.
So Pickens went for how much did he go for? He went for 13.
13, right at his asking price.
So now you're going for Higgins. You got $58, which is the most out of any team. So really, you can bully the board here if you want this guy. And that might be the reason why money has really dried up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to let you get him for less than $10.
Okay.
But yeah, so money really is dried up. I mean, if you're going to let me have him, okay, I gotta say, if you let me have him at 11, then I'll take him.
Yeah, no, you weren't going to have him at 11. I was just not just bidding the next dollar. So
yeah, no, that's great value for you. And I'm getting T. Higgins at $13.
Yeah, so I mean, it's two of my flex spots cost me $23 there. So,
and you still have $46. So you definitely, again, you're the belle of the ball. You can do what you want. You've got the most amount of money here. So money is definitely dried up, and that just goes to show people spend a lot of money, but there's still some decent names out there that are very interesting.
Yeah.
George Kittle right now, $4. This seems like a steal. You're at $5 now. I think you're going to get him for $5. I can't believe that you're going to get him for $5. The only thing, my only thing is, you still got guys like Kyle Pitts, Evan Ingram, Brock Bowers still out there. Those guys are just so much more interesting. Yeah, Kittle goes for $6. I mean, that's an absolute steal.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I would have went more for Kittle, but I do like some of those other guys better. Think they've got.
And that's why you're kind of choosing to not go for them at this point.
Yeah, like Kittle's interesting. Like, I really like Kittle, and I think he's one of the top like NFL tight ends. But he's just so up and down for fantasy because there's some games I feel like he's not in the game plan. And that's what concerns me.
So Jahmyr White's up right now. He's at $8, $9 now. I think he's an interesting guy to have. He's at $10 now. I think he's an interesting guy to have as a bench running. I mean, some people could see him as a starter. I think he will be a starter for this team. What are your thoughts on Jahmyr White?
Yeah, I know some people are out on Jahmyr White. I like Jahmyr White. And he's going to be the main guy for the Raiders, so.
And he goes for $13. So now Terry McLaurin is up. You know I like him, Joe.
Yep. You do like Scary Terry. But to your point, I mean, there's just still so many wide receivers out there.
Things are really starting to dry up, and I just got Terry McLaurin. Oh, I thought I had him for $7. He went for $8. I was like, wow, I got him for an absolute steal. I think I still might get him for cheap.
No.
Oh my gosh, this guy's just getting right at the last buzzer. I thought I had him at 9. I'll go up to 13. I think I'll stop at that point.
You might get him for his projected value at 11 here.
Yep, I got him. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, I got a max bid at 9 now. I have a flex, a kicker, and a defense to go. So I basically have $9 to spend on a next flex guy that I'm interested in. But I got Richardson, Henry, Harris, Lamb, Moore, Kincaid, and McLaurin. I think that's a pretty stacked team.
Yeah, it definitely is a good team you got.
Dak Prescott's up, Joe. That's been a guy you've been targeting quite a bit. He's at $6 now. You were at $5. You're gonna keep going, or you're at $7 now? What's your
at this point? I mean, I've kind of got to spend my money on somebody here. So
right, you're at $46. I mean, you've got Murray, Love, Purdy, and Caleb Williams Goff, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, if you're not going to get Dak, I mean, who are you? And you got him at 9. Who would you have pivoted for if you didn't get Dak?
I probably would have tried to get Jordan Love.
But see, this is where my argument where I tell you this. You spent $9 for Prescott. You could have had Stroud at 12 or Burrow at 14. You still have $38 as a max.
Yeah, but I mean, I also like Dak, though. I mean, I guess I could have had both of them.
Basically having basically both options. I mean, just because you have a top quarterback, I'm a believer to have at least 2 quarterbacks on your roster. I mean, if you spend up for a guy like Allen or Hurts, you're always going to play him. But sometimes the matchup just isn't good.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to play the matchups for sure.
And Kyler Murray's up right now. He's at $8. He looks like he might go over 8, which is $1 less than you spent for Dak. And he does.
Yep.
So at this point in the draft, Joe, I mean, do you view Javonte as a flex, or is he kind of more of a backup for you? Are you kind of saying like, hey, he's a good bench guy to have?
We'll see what other guys I get, but I mean, he definitely could be. And again, like you said, play the matchups, right? I think given the right matchups, he could be a flex play for sure.
Rome Odunze's up. He's at $6. Guy hasn't gotten a lot of buzz. I don't see him going. His projected value is 8. He's going under his value.
Yeah.
He went for 6.
Yeah, I don't think he's a guy that's gonna get a lot of buzz. I don't think he's one of those flashy players like a Neighbors. So I think he just, he's a guy that's consistent, just puts his head down and goes to work.
Jaden Reed right now at $4. I have him at 4. I think that's a steal of a price. And I got him for $4. Wow. I think that just goes to show that either people are just more in on Watson. I mean, what do you make of that? I mean, I think that's a steal of a price.
I just I feel like people don't know what to do with the Packers offense.
I think that's true. Jordan Addison's up right now. He's going to go for $3. That's a pretty good deal as well. I just think the looming possible suspension, I think is clouding him. Now you got Godwin up.
Yeah, that's what scared me off of Addison. I like Addison, but like if he's gonna possibly serve jail time and not gonna be part of the season, then.
So Godwin's up now. He's at $5. His projected value is 14. I could see him going for right around that, but money is definitely dried up.
Yeah.
I imagine you're at 38. I know you're a type of guy you like to target a specific player. I think you're probably eyeing Rashee Rice at this point, with Chris Godwin going for 6.
Yeah, Rice is definitely somebody I'm in on, for sure.
Because right now you've got $38. You can kind of do what you want, so you got to target who you're interested in.
Right.
Xavier Worthy's up right now. I have him for $1. I got him at 3. I think he's kind of an interesting player if he has the Tyreek Hill type of effect. I like taking the flyer. I know you're not a big fan of him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised people aren't more in on him just with how much he's been on the videos.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of training camp stuff with him too. All right, so now we got Jordan Love up. You and I both don't need quarterbacks at this point. But for $2, I was just gonna say for $2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let somebody get him for $1. I mean, I'll take it. I'll put him on my bench.
And you get him at nope. You almost got him on your bench for $2. Now that team that's bidding with you needs a quarterback. I would think that he's got $28 as a max bid. I would think that he's going to keep bidding with you. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense if he didn't. And he doesn't. Wow. I mean, $4, that's a great value for you. I don't understand what they were thinking on that.
I don't know. I mean, I'll take Love with because I mean, that was going to be my pivot person. So I'll take both.
So Kyle Pitts is up now. I've got him at $5. He's going 6 now. You don't have a tight end. I think this is a guy you've been targeting in drafts here. I could see you getting him here.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get him at this point.
Wow. $7 for Kyle Pitts is an absolute steal.
Yeah, I mean I've been kind of doing that in drafts, so
I think people are just really out on him. I think people are just tired of being screwed by the guy.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case. But he's never, I mean, the 1 year he had Matt Ryan was his rookie year that he did well, so.
Yeah, see, I'd rather have Pitts at 7 versus Kincaid at 14, to be honest with you. I think that's just a really good value. You got him. And good for you not going and taking the bait with George Kittle at $6, and instead you waited and you went with Kyle Pitts for 7.
Yeah, honestly, you could have, I mean, I could have grabbed both of them. But that's the thing. I think Pitts just has potentially the higher ceiling there. So
Jalen Warren he went for $5. I'm not too surprised. I don't think a lot of people are going to be that excited about him.
Ingram just went for $2.
That's crazy. Now Rashee Rice is up, Joe. I would think that you're going to begin this guy.
Yeah. I got caught waiting too long to bid up Evan Ingram. I tried to get a bid and it was just too late.
See, that's why you don't wait, Joe.
Well, I mean, I really wasn't trying to win him. I just saw I wasn't.
You just got Rashee Rice for $7. I mean, you are cleaning up on value right now.
Well, I have the most amount of money, and that's just kind of what happens, you know.
Yeah. Powers is up now. I got him at $2. Joe made me at 3. I put him at 4. And I got him for 4.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. If I didn't potentially bid you up, make you pay an extra $1, I mean, another $2
I was gonna
tight
get
end.
him for 2. Yeah, I was. I mean, I had Kincaid, but I just think the value for Bowers is pretty interesting. I mean, really, you're just going for a value at this point. I mean, there's not a lot of guys out there that are like, oh, I gotta have them. You know, these are kind of.
I mean, with that
we're getting towards the end of the draft at this point. Brock Purdy just went for $5, a little more than I suspected. I can't believe the love went less than him.
Yeah, that is surprising.
Tony Pollard's up now. You got him at $4 now. $5. You've got $23. I mean, at this point, you get to spend. I mean,
yeah.
At this point, who are you trying to get at this point?
Well, this is a guy that I'll try to get here.
I also see you could probably try to get a guy like Hopkins, even though he's injured. I know you're interested in him.
Yeah, I mean, once again,
you got Pollard for 8.
Hell, I have a stack with the Titans, but
yeah, you definitely are higher. You've been getting the Titans, it seems like, almost all these drafts.
Well, honestly, people are just out on Tony Pollard, but people forget, like, he was injured last year. I like how he came on at the end. Tennessee's upgraded their offensive line. I think they're going to have a better offense in general. So,
and Caleb Williams went for $1. Just goes to show me if Caleb has a really good year, and I mean, he's got the offense that he could be good. I mean, that's a great value.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert's now up. He's at $6, projected value of 16. I think it's a little inflated, and he's going to go for way less. He ends up going for he ends up going for 6. Are you interested in Mostert at this point or not really?
No, not really. I'd rather have
Wow, Cortland Sutton went real fast.
Yeah, that was quick on that.
Cortland Sutton ended up going for $1. Hollywood Brown's up now. He's at $5. His projected value is 4, so he's already above that amount. And he goes for 5. Yeah, things are going fast here.
Yeah.
I could also see you using that $16 you have left to go after a guy like Lad McConkey, who's up right
There
now,
he is.
actually, as a
Oh, yeah.
matter of fact.
Yeah, I don't think I got to spend that much, but I am interested in him.
Like at this point, you've got $16. I mean, what would you say is your game plan? Wow, you're going to get McConkey for $2. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
So at this point, I mean, like, what are you aiming for at this point? I mean,
just
looking at your
upside and
roster,
just upside.
and
Ceiling
you're
plays.
just cleaning house at this point.
But I don't even have the most amount of money anymore.
Oh my gosh! You just get DeAndre Hopkins for $1?
I just nominated and got him for $1. I mean,
I tried to go 2. I realized, and I was too. You probably would have went 3 anyways, but I can't believe that.
yeah, I mean,
that's sickening.
Yeah. So I got
Luke
2 bench
Musgrave looks
spots.
like he's going for $1 as well.
I got 2 bench spots left, and then got to draft a kicker and a defense as well. So
interesting. In your leagues, usually you see defense and kicker nominated early. You're not seeing that here.
yeah, it's just a strategy some people in the league started.
David Njoku now at $6, projected value of 12. And he's at 8, and it looks like he's going to go for 8, which I think is a little high. I mean, wouldn't you rather have Evan Ingram at 2?
I mean, Evan Ingram just continues to get slept on.
And Brian Thomas just went for $1.
Yeah.
And some of these values are insane right now.
Well, some of these guys that have money, I don't know what they're waiting for. Like,
no, I don't either.
I mean, I only have a couple of spots left to fill. So, but like, there's a team's got $33 with a max bid of 22. $29 max bid of 23. So,
Tua Tagovailoa going up now. He's at $2. Now at 3. How much do you think he goes for? I mean, he's going for more than I actually anticipated.
I'd say right here, because the other person had a max bid of 4. Nobody else seems to be in on him, so I think this guy's going to get him at 4.
Yep, you're right. He gets him at 4. Deontay Johnson's up now. Bummer, I missed out. I had my max bid at $3. He's now at $5. I think he's a guy who could be really good in Carolina. Kind of wish I had some more money to go for him, but you're looks like you're going for him now at 6.
Why not?
Right. Well, you've got the money, so why not? There you go. You still got a max bid of 10 with a kicker and defense left.
Yeah, and still another bench spot. So, but the thing of it is, like I keep saying, the wide receiver position so deep. I mean, there's still got other guys out there too.
Right, Nick Chubb's up now. I got him at $3. He goes for 4. Another guy I would have been interested in having just as an upside pick. I don't think reports say he might not play until week 7 or 8, but when he does play, I think he could be, quite good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And you're at 6. I mean, this is a smart pick by you if you're able to get him. Makes complete sense for your roster. Yeah,
and I mean, if you're playing in a league with IR spots, why not do that?
Jake Ferguson up now, tight end. He's at $3 already. Projected value of 13. No way he's going to get that high.
No.
And he goes for 3. So, Joe, you're going to be cleaned up here pretty quick. You just have a kicker and defensive left.
Yep, just got a couple of onesie position left here, so be curious to see how much Jameson Williams goes for. I'm in on him potentially at the end of drafts.
Jameson Williams now at $5.
See, it's just interesting, like
$1.
How he's getting bid up, but yet like other people allowed me to get other guys on the real cheap. Like you could make the argument $6 for Deontay Johnson's better than paying $5 for him.
Jackson Smith and Jigba up right now. I got him at $3 and I lose him out at 4. A guy I would have been really interested in having, just don't have the money to get him. I think I'm going to lose him by $1, which stinks. And I do.
Yeah, just unfortunate with your max bid at this point.
But I was okay with that. I mean, I was able to get Jaden Reed and Brock Bowers. I think both those guys are interesting players. So I'm okay, with that happening at this point. With now Austin Eckler up at $3, a guy who's interesting. Now going to Washington, he's up at 4 now, projected value of 11. So based on sleeper, you're getting a decent value going for $4. Don't know what to make of Austin Eckler this year, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure either.
He could be a guy who surprises, or he could, but you don't have to spend that much for him. All right, your first kicker nominated, Joe. He's now at $2. You're at 5. I mean, you might as well spend up, or is this based on principle? You just can't do it.
I don't like to pay more than $1 for these guys, but like you said, I mean, I might as well. If I get
and you
them
got him for $3. So now your max bid is $3.
So now I can just put $3 on a defense, and we'll call this thing a day here.
Right. And which defense would you prioritize at this point? Jets defense actually just got nominated.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Jets defense.
That's the defense you want, really. Interesting. And you got him, it looks like, at $3.
Yeah. I'll go with the Jets.
So your team's done, Joe. I mean, as we're going through the picks here, I mean, what do you think? What are your overall thoughts? How do you feel like you did?
Yeah, I mean, I think I ended up with a pretty decent team. I would have been interesting, like you said, when I typically wait like this. Would have been interesting if I would have probably would have liked to have a more expensive wide receiver 1.
Devin Singletary just went for $5, by the way. Keep going.
Yeah, probably would have liked to, in hindsight, maybe have gotten Amon-Ra St.Brown or something for the $50 mark. But I can't complain. I have a really deep receiver room and guys that I like that I was able to get pretty cheap. So it's just I have a collection of guys versus having, one of those top guys. But probably would have been valuable to have one of those top tier guys.
Dallas Goedert went for $1. I was good on Jonathan Brooks. I had him at 3. I'm going to lose out. My max bid was a 3. He goes for 4. That was a kick in the pants. I was really hoping I could get him. Now Christian Watson's up. Yeah, I mean, I think, and I'm not going for him. I already got Reed, but I think for you, I agree with you. I think you've got a good all-around team. I think you just got to hope. You got to hope that Rashee Rice ends up being the player he was last year. But you've got some interesting lineup decisions. You've got Rice, McConkey, Hopkins, Deontay, Higgins, Tank Dell, Olave. You've got a lot of options.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem where if I would have
just went for 2.
Yeah, had I just spent up and gotten one of those top guys, I wouldn't have maybe I wouldn't be so deep, but I wouldn't have those decisions to make in the starting lineup because somebody would just be locked and loaded.
But you've got a good all-around team, though.
Yeah.
I don't really think you have any weaknesses. You just don't have maybe a lot of firepower.
Yeah, that's where if I was in this situation, maybe it'd probably make sense for, maybe somebody wants to make a trade, and I can couple some of those interesting guys and try to get one of those studs.
Chase Brown went for $7, which he's been getting a lot of hype. Right now. Dalton Schultz goes for, I believe, $1. Curtis Samuel's up, Joe. I like him.
Yep. You going to put your max bid on him?
Yeah, max bid at $3. I'm going to lose him, though. Yep. Oof. There you go. See, you got a Bills fan in your league. Now Buffalo Bills is going to get Curtis Samuel for $5.
Yeah, interesting. So that team was just purely waiting for specific guys to come up to spend their money.
I think so, because they wanted that player in specifics.
Because, I mean, that was one of the teams that started having more money than me as I was acquiring some of these guys.
Yeah, Trey Benson now is going to go for $4. Again, I'm right at the cutoff, not able to get it done. This has been a couple players now that I'm just right at the cusp of getting them, and I just am missing out by $1.
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs up now. He's going to go for $1, looks like. I'm not that surprised. Ty Chandler for $1. That's interesting. Not a guy I've seen very often be nominated. He goes for $1 as well. We're in the onesie two. We're in the dollar ballpark right now. We're at the Dollar Tree.
Yep.
So I'm going 3 for Spears. I need a backup running back. I'm hoping I can get him because I don't really have one.
Not gonna.
And I don't get him again. And I think he's going to go for $4.
Looks like he's going to go for 4, yeah.
Man, it's brutal.
See, but look at how cheap the Titans running backs were. I mean, those guys have upside, so.
Yeah, Gus Edwards for $1. Could have went for it. I'm going to pass on. Oh, he goes for 2. I'm not going to spend all 3 of my dollars. At this point, I like Brian Robinson better. I like Blake Corum a lot better. Ezekiel Elliott, Zach Charbonnet, even J.K. Dobbins, I think is kind of interesting. Gus Edwards now at $4.
Yeah, I'd rather have Edwards than Dobbins.
I know you're a Gus Bus guy.
Yep, all aboard the Gus Bus.
Chuba at $1, Chuba at 2, Chuba at 3. So I won't be able to get Chuba at 4. I won't be able to get Chuba.
If you could have had him for 3, would you have paid 3 for Chuba?
I thought about it. I don't really love it, to be honest. He's a part guy. I mean, eventually when Jonathan Brooks comes back, he's going to be involved.
Right.
He's now at $6. I'm a little surprised how high he's going right now.
Yeah.
See, this is what concerns me because I want Corum here, right? He just went. You've got another guy who's got 9. You got 2 guys who've got $9. So I'm hoping that they kind of compete with each other and kind of make it so that I can, okay, so this is good.
Well,
so
somebody's going to get Brian Robinson here, yeah.
Yeah, so he's at $5. So one of the 2 of them are going to pay up for it. All right, so now you got a max bid of 5 for the one, but you still got the other one has a max bid of 9.
Well, this one's going to be spending money on a quarterback here because he still doesn't have his quarterback. So
see, this is I'm not going to do 3, but if I wanted to, I could have maybe pinched him an extra $1. But if he didn't, then I'm stuck with Goff. I didn't really want.
I think he would have had to at that point. I mean,
I think so too, but I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, if he does let Goff, if he lets you have Goff for $3, you're stuck with a $1 bid.
I took the gamble. I did not want Jerome Ford. I went with 3 to take the bait to get him at 4, and he did. So I'm glad that happened. But they both have a max bid of 5.
Zeke's up here. What do you think about Zeke?
I'm gonna get him at $3. I would have rather had Blake Corum or Zach Charbonnet, but I need a backup running back at this point, and I'm gonna go with Zeke because these guys have way too much money and they're gonna blow me out, of the room. So at this point, I was just like, I'm gonna go with Zeke here. You'd rather have Zeke amongst those guys.
Well, I think just because I know Zeke's going to be the starter. And honestly, like, Zeke wasn't bad for the Patriots last year when he got the opportunities.
I almost had Charbonnet. I nominated him, and he just went.
I saw that. You got sniped.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying about Zeke?
But Zeke, when he got the playing time in New England last year, I mean, he was pretty serviceable for fantasy last year.
Harrison Butker, the newly extended kicker, going for $2 now. Projected value of 3. Don't see him going for any more than that at this point. He goes for 2. San Francisco defense for $1, which, I mean, really up now. You're at 2. There are some teams that will one up you on defense, and that's the thing. Do you want to waste your nom? That's the tough part. Do you nominate a defense and hope it squeaks through? Because if you do nominate him and then the other team bids you, then I feel it's a waste of a nomination.
Well,
that's the tough
part.
Part.
Thing of it is when you're at the $1 max bid, if you're going to nominate a defense, don't nominate one of the top ones like the 49ers where somebody might want to go to. Like, usually I like the strategy of picking a defense
Lockett just went for $1. That was a good buy.
and I like picking a defense that has a good week 1 matchup because then you could always just stream them.
Jane Daniels just goes for $2.
Yeah, that's good value.
See, all right, this is where it's tough. I mean, you've got I wouldn't want Herbert with his Liz Frank. But you've got Lawrence, Kirk, Stafford, Rodgers. All those guys, I think, are serviceable. I think they could be very interesting. You know,
Yeah.
Blake Corum for $1. Let's see if my gamble. Are you got to be kidding me? Oh my goodness! So I go for 3 for Zeke, thinking there's no way I'm going to get Corum because these guys have more money, and then they pass on Corum. That just blows my mind.
Well, I just think people know that he's looking like the number 2. I think people are just looking to not just get him for $1.
So Cowboys defense just went. Now we're at Khalil Shakir. Looks like he's going to go for $1. Nope. Buffalo Bills snags him for $2. At this point, I've got. Oh, I was thinking about Mike Williams. You know, I like Mike Williams, John.
Yeah, that team just did you a favor.
Oh, brother. I'm going to try and nominate Dobbins. I hope it squeaks through, but I think it's not going to.
I think it could.
Squeak through. All right, I got Dobbins for $1.
People have been burned too many times by him.
I know, but I just need depth at the running back position. Now I can focus on receiver. I feel like I got 4 decent ones. I might go for one more. Steelers defense goes for $1. I got my tight ends all set. I got Kincaid and Bowers. So it's really just wide receiver. I got to get a backup quarterback, and then kicker and defense. Defenses are starting to go here. Cole Kmet went. Pittsburgh Steelers D. Now we got Ravens D for $1. Ravens defense just went for $2. Herbert for $1. That seems like a pretty good price for Herbert, who I think is going to go for $1.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's got the he's dealing with the plantar fasciitis right now, but I mean, he's worth $1.
At this point, Joe, if you were to advise me, where do you think? You know, basically everything's $1 at this point. Which way would you, looking at my team, which way would you lean on what I should prioritize?
Like a player or
or position more so. Trevor Lawrence looks like he's going to go for $1. Quarterbacks are starting to come off the board pretty fast. And I want to have either Kirk, Stafford, or Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to back up quarterback, you might want to go with them soon.
Well, with Richardson, you know, him being possibly injury prone, you know, like I feel like I almost kind of need to at this point.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And bye week wise, Richardson, what is the Colts bye? You
know? Do they got 14? That's what I thought. 14.
Okay, so any one of those guys are fine. I'm gonna go Rodgers. I'm gonna go with the upside play. Stafford's kind of whatever. It was really between Kirk and Rodgers. I'll go with Rodgers with the upside play.
You don't think Cousins or Stafford has upside?
I do, but I think I'm more interested in Kirk than Stafford, though.
Why is
Stafford's just kind of Stafford's just kind of middle of the road at this point, I feel like. You don't think so?
I mean, Stafford was pretty solid last year.
What was he ranked last year?
Based on what Sleeper's saying, he was maybe that's what he's projected as the QB 15? I'm not really sure. Oh, 2023.
The Leggett goes for 2. Judy goes for 1. Wide receiver starting to dry up here. I'm hoping I can snag one. You got Jalen Wright now for $1.
All right. So according to
Kendre
Sleeper,
Miller.
he was the QB 15.
I'm going to go Rashid Shaheed. Now it's starting to go fast. Now it's basically get ready because everyone's $1, so it's going bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, I mean, this is when it turns into kind of like a snake draft here.
Yeah, I kind of like Rashi Rice. I think he's interesting.
You mean Rashid Shaheed?
Sorry, yeah. I like Rashid Rice too. But Rashid Shaheed, I like him a lot. I think he could. There's not a lot of weapons, honestly, on that team.
No, yeah. You're on the clock here.
Yep. I'm gonna go Dotson here, just in the event that it's not. I was gonna go Ricky Pearsall, but he must have just got snatched.
So you got
I had a chance.
McLaurin. Did you also have McLaurin?
I do, yep. So I'm just trying. I'm kind of doubling up because I don't know, who's gonna be the guy. And I'm gonna go with let's go Vidal. I got Dobbins. Right, I'm hoping either Dobbins or Vidal, end up being the running back in Los Angeles. So
yeah,
let me stack up, hoping I take a crack at 2 of them, hoping the one pans out.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy.
Defense is pretty rough. Looking at the defenses I have available, I'm going to go with the Commanders, with Dan Quinn being the coach there. They have a decent defensive core, so I think he could be okay. And then I got kicker to close it out. And I really have my pick. There aren't really a lot of options. I'm going to go with Matt Gay. Especially with the fact that I've got Richardson. I think it could be a high-powered scoring offense. So that really does it for our draft, Joe.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? I know you've been done for a while here, for as far as your team, or just overall your thoughts on how the draft went, what stuck out in your mind.
Yeah, I think it just kind of reaffirms, especially if you want one of those top tier guys, put him out there early, and I think you could probably get a good value on him because as we saw here, deeper you kind of get into tier 1 after some of those guys go, you see them starting to go higher than like that first guy off the board goes. So I guess don't be shy at the start of your draft because you might actually be able to buy a value.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor for 45, me getting CeeDee Lamb for 54, Travis Kelce for 15. Those were top guys on their tier. And I thought they really were good values. And if you're able to capitalize on those values, you're going to be better for it in the long run.
Yeah, because Amon-Ra St.Brown was the second wide receiver to get nominated, and he goes for 50. Yep. So, he's a guy I like, and honestly probably should have won for 51 in hindsight here.
I think overall I like my team. I think I'm happy with it. I got Richardson at quarterback, Henry and Harris at running back, CD, DJ Moore, McLaurin, and Reed as my receiver flexes, and Kincaid at tight end with Commanders D and Matt Gay as kicker. I feel like that team is really solid. I think mine's a little more top heavy than yours, where yours is Prescott, Taylor, Kamara, Olave, Dell, T. Higgins, Pitts, and then a combination of Javonte, Rashee Rice, McConkey, Hopkins, Deontay Johnson. You definitely. I think I didn't go full studs and duds. I kind of leaned more towards that. Right. You kind of went more of the value approach.
Yeah, or you ended up going more of the balanced. I feel like you at the end of the day, somewhat, anyways, because you were able to pay up for some guys, but then got some good values as well.
So that does it for our auction mock draft. It was quite a long episode, but we gave you our instant reaction to all the picks that were happening. Hopefully you found that enjoyable as you prepare for your auction mocks. This is a mock, and so some would say that maybe this isn't really that valuable of an exercise because when it's really on the line, what are you going to do? But I do think you do see some trends that kind of happen as a result of being in these mocks.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like, just don't focus so much about the price of these guys going forward, but follow the trends. We've tend to see wide receivers just getting really valued, and that's kind of been a consistent trend with these mock drafts, and we've been able to get the values at the running backs and get 2 or 3 pretty good ones at a good price.
So that does it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.